Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to put together a quick video, really just a bunch of time-lapse shots and some pictures of this 190 XT restoration. You guys seen a lot of the videos of me, putting the transmission back together, the rear end, hitch parts, wheels, all that good stuff. But I wanted to show you kind of behind the scenes and amount of labor that I put in on this project. So here we're just going through and cleaning up a bunch of stuff with the wire brush. These are the items that I did not send off to the sandblaster. So basically just parts where I had the tractor split and cavities opened up where you don't want sand to be present to get inside on the castings and in areas where you're going to have seals and things like that. So all those parts had to be cleaned up and ready for painting somehow. So the only way to do it really is just with a wire wheel and a grinder. So just prepping up some parts there for the back. There's our 3-point lift cylinders. Getting those cleaned up before I rebuild them. And then that's the top cover on the rear end. We're going to slide over into some of the images here, and they're going to go by quick, so I'm not going to give a description. But here's a load coming back from the sandblaster. I had the guy go ahead and put it in primer for me. And the two halves put together in the engine and the primer on the engine here. Went ahead and put primer on it once I had it on the stand. And I went ahead and put my first base coat on it as well. You guys know how congested it can be around the frame rails and things like that to get good paint in on the bottom side of a motor like that. So I want to go ahead and get a base coat and make sure that everything was covered good. So I've got some scaffolding that I hang all of my parts off of, and then I'll roll them into this spray booth. And makes it really nice. So once you get your primer or your paint shot, you can just roll it out into the open space and then deflate the booth. So that works out quite well. So here's just some of the orange pieces that I painted up and pulled it out there. Here's the cab upside down and the hood, shooting the black pieces on there. You saw a video on the front end going up underneath that front assembly like that. So here we got the chassis kind of back together. I'm gonna still need to primer the whole front end, the front block, and all that. So we got it in the booth to do that. There's our primer on the back half of it. Rolled it out so it can dry, and then went back through and put the orange on it. And towards the end of the video, you're going to see a real quick time lapse of the paint going on the chassis portion, which we'll start here in just a second. And here it is. I didn't have tie rods in at that point, so I just put some steel across through there to hold the wheel straight and use the skid steer to move it into place. Close up the paint booth, and then it'll pressurize, and you'll see that it'll start coming out right there. That's the pressurized piece of it on the inside. So I'm shooting the gray, and then this is coming in and shooting the orange. And it really turned out pretty good. So, and then last step's cleaning up all your parts from the spray gun. So lots of time and labor involved in that project. Really appreciate the comments and the thumbs up that I've gotten on this project. Got 2 more tractors in the shop right now that we'll be doing similar work to, that 45 diesel and a straight up WD. So please hit like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share it. And thanks for watching.